Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. For those of you who have not been here before, welcome. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. For those of you who have been here before, I hope you enjoyed previous episodes. And now here we are, Season 5, Episode 6. So, trying to keep everything under 30 minutes. I've enjoyed it, and I've been able to do it, or right around 30 minutes or so. I think that's the sweet spot for people watching the show. We're going to have a normal Trash in the Hood, very truncated. I only got one day on the books because actually I got 2 days, but I didn't actually take the photo. And I thought I did, so I did the normal picture, threw it all away, came inside later on that night, and turns out that I didn't have the photo. So I only had one. So a little bit of a truncated one. We're going to do our Zen Moment, and then we're going to talk a little bit about gardening season. And then we're going to have our spirit times, and we're going to finish it up with Riddle Me This. So I've been getting some good feedback from everyone, so I've been enjoying it. So I'm going to keep it to a minimum and keep it like I've been doing. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please feel free to either put them at the end of the show on the comment section of my YouTube channel, which is Javier In The Air, not on the air, in the air. My YouTube handle is Javier In The Air 01. And you can reach me there, or if you know how to reach me outside of YouTube, by all means, please do so. So let's go ahead and get going and start with our Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, Week 83. Hey everybody, welcome to Week 83. This is day 1, and as you can see, you got a lot of crazy stuff. On the far right is metal with paper around it. I don't know what it's used for, but I folded it up and put it there. Water bottles, a couple of juice boxes, weird paper and plastic bags. And then on the left-hand side, next to the juice boxes, there is a vape pen box of some weird liquid vape that they use. And then to the left of that is a crazy-looking vape pen. I think it was called Mango Ice. They're really they're really catered towards young adults and even under, when they have names like Mango Ice, and I've seen Watermelon Ice and Watermelon Cherry Shake and all those other ones. It's really quite sad what they're doing, but they're out there, and while they're out there, people are going to do it. And then below those two were our regular cigarette butts. Not a lot for a Monday. Actually, I was surprised, but that's what we get in this neighborhood. So I do enjoy going out there, and like I've been saying, I'm seeing a lot of other people out there either picking up or thanking me for picking up, which is really cool. Okay, so there is our Trash in the Hood. For those of you that are new, Trash in the Hood for me, I started about 83 weeks ago. That's right, 83 weeks ago, picking up trash around my neighborhood. So I choose different routes, and I pick up trash and put them in, use a grabber, and I put it on the bed of my truck, take a photo of it, post it on Nextdoor, and post it on here. For the week, Nextdoor I post it daily on the days that I do go out. And I've gotten very good feedback. I haven't gotten any negative feedback for a long, long time, and that was just kids yelling at me as I was walking around the neighborhood. It's getting a little bit better, but not much, and not like people are like, hey, that guy's doing it, I don't want to trash. No, most of the people that are actually littering my neighborhood and y'all's neighborhood, if you live near me, are travelers. They're going to and from one place. So I live on two main cutover roads, I should say. One of them is Hatch, which goes from 620 all the way to El Salito Parkway. And then El Salito Parkway, which goes from 620 all the way to Cypress Creek. So there's a lot of ways to get over to Cypress Creek, and there's a couple of ways to get to El Salito Parkway, and then 620, of course, is a major feeder for this area, which is currently, starting tomorrow, going to be under some major construction for the next couple of years as they start doing some additional flyovers and stuff like that. So what does that mean for the neighborhood? I'm not sure. We'll see how whether the trash picks up or not. If it is what I think it's going to be, then it might not actually increase the trash because traffic might slow down once the construction is completed. But until the traffic is completed, I have a feeling that the trash is going to actually pick up. We're going to have more people cutting over because they can't use 620 per se, or 620 is unbelievably congested, which it already is kind of, and they're trying to alleviate the congestion, but I don't think it's going to do anything, at least not for a couple years. So we'll see what happens. And I will continue to pick up trash as long as I live in this neighborhood and as long as I am mobile. So, and part of being mobile is actually walking and picking up trash. So it's a nice little catch-22. So we'll see what happens the rest of the time. Okay, so we had trash in the hood. Next segment of the show is our Zen Moment. I started doing this a couple of seasons ago. Sometimes I'll have poetry from Jay Anderson in there. Sometimes I won't. It just depends on what happens. I try to stick it to the season. So I'm going to get something out now. Oh, by the way, this is March 3rd. So we will be coming up with our St. Patty's Day tasting, more than likely. Irish beer, maybe. Irish whiskey, maybe. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. If you're interested in joining our tastings, please let me know, and I will see what I can do to get you on the show. So, but that's not for a couple weeks still. So also, if you have not seen, I do have shirts called Kiss Me, I'm Mex Irish, for those of you who are both Mexican and Irish descent. If you're interested in getting one of those t-shirts, I will post it here probably maybe at the end of the show. If not, I post it on my Facebook page. So sit back and enjoy your Zen moment. Okay, so there you have your Zen moment, which has a lot of flowers and fruit in there. And why did I do that, you must ask? And you must ask. That's because it's gardening time again for the Javier In The Air gardens. And right now, I actually planted quite a bit of things. That if you're in my neighborhood and you happen to walk around, you might see them start to grow. It's going to be a week or so before you even actually see anything. I did plant some stuff in the front yard, and I did plant some stuff in the backyard. So for the Javier In The Air front yard, I have a secret plant that I planted that I'm hoping will actually take root and grow. And if it does, then I will tell everybody what they are. and they are planted around the rock garden I have in the front yard, um, which is around the blueberry bush that I have, which it's not a bush, it's almost blueberry sticks. I'm really hoping. I thought I saw some buds this morning, so I'm gonna let it go for another week. And if for some reason it doesn't, then I am going to have to pull that up and put something else there. But I did go out to Lowe's this weekend, and no, this isn't a plug for Lowe's because I am not sponsored by anybody. But I did go out there this weekend, picked up some soil, picked up some planting soil for like fruits and vegetable soil, which I don't know what the difference is. Probably add more phosphorus or something like that. I did pick up a calla lily that I did plant in front. I do have some annual tulips that come up every year. They've come up every year since I've been here, so almost 10 years now. So fantastic annuals. I do nothing for them. I leave them alone and they come up great. So I think I'm going to stick with that for them. The calla lily, it was on sale and I figured why not? I was there, so I might as well get it. So another thing that I got, which I've been trying, and if you've been a full-time listener and watcher of my show, you may know that I've tried a couple of times now. So I've tried to, or I'll take you back. A couple of years ago, I ordered a cherry tree plant. I'll call it a plant because it wasn't a tree yet. It was only a couple feet long, and I had it shipped to me. Yes, I know. Why didn't you go and look for it locally? Why don't you try to, get something local? Why did you ship it? Shipping plants usually fail because I've tried it before. But I thought, why not? It was a good price, so I ordered a cherry plant. It came slightly before the snowpocalypse, and so of course it didn't make it. Even though I potted it and cared for it and kept it warm and watered it when I needed to and made sure the pH was right, and I did all sorts of things that if you have any other comments or suggestions, please feel free to send to me, but I'm sure I did it because I had a lot of reading and a lot of people telling me what I should try. But didn't happen. So I tried doing it from seed. I saw something on YouTube about how you can take cherry pits that you get from the store. Like when you eat a cherry, there's a pit left over. So I got about 10 of those, and I washed them thoroughly, removed all the fruit from the, meat or fruit, whatever you want to call it, from the pit itself. Made sure they were nice and clean, dried them, and then put them in a paper towel, moistened the paper towel, and put it in the refrigerator for 4 months. That's what it was said to do. So I did that. I pulled them out. I planted them in individual organic pots, little pots about that big that you can then, if they start growing, you could just plant the pot directly, and then you don't have to take it out. You don't have to repot it or anything. You just put it into the ground. Well, I even had a plant warmer, almost like a little electrical blanket that I kept inside the house. I gave it plenty of sun. I watered it every couple of days. I made sure it wasn't being drowned. I don't think it ever took root, so I'm not worried about it getting bottom root fungus or something like that. It just didn't happen. So that was a shot. So I decided I was done. However, I was at Lowe's this past weekend and I saw the last 2 cherry plants that they had there. Now, these are Barbados cherries. Never eaten them before, never tried them before. Well, I've probably eaten them before, I just don't know. I'm going to do some research on that this weekend for it. But I repotted those into some bigger pots, and I have them in my front yard. So if you happen to be in the neighborhood and you walk by, you can see the progress of them. They're right there in my front porch. Once again, I am trying it. I can't give up on the cherries. I'm trying my best to see if I can get them going from a plant that has been grown here in this area, or at least it was brought here in a better way than me trying to ship them. So we'll see what happens. In the backyard, I have my garden beds going. I pulled up all the weeds and grasses and everything that were growing in there over the non-active season. Put some more soil out there. Also pulled all the weeds around my grapevine, but it's looking pretty dead, so I don't know if it's going to come back this season or not. But in the garden beds, right now I only have one of them active, and I planted some kuka melons, or thumb melons as they're called. They don't get any bigger than my thumb right here, and look just like a melon. They're not very sweet, but they're very good. They go well with the salad. I actually did grow some one season. So I planted that along with some dwarf banana tree. Again, I can't get off of the weird stuff, so we'll see what happens. And that's in garden bed number one. I haven't done anything in the other two yet. I have some seeds coming my way. If you are in my area, which is the Cedar Park, Austin area, and everywhere around there, including the whole entire state of Texas, if you have grown something unusual and you know how to grow it, I've also grown loofah. So please drop me a note and let me know what seeds I can get that might work, because I'd like to grow. I don't want to grow the standard vegetable, as I've mentioned before, or even the standard fruit, because everybody grows them. So you have nothing to barter with. If I can get some heirloom fruits going or heirloom vegetables going, I think they would be good for bartering. So let's see what's happened. Of course, the Pavlovskis, our Mr. and Mrs. Green Jeans, as I like to call them this time of year, are doing a fantastic job of growing everything. And in fact, xciting James, if you're watching this, please send me a video or videos over the next couple of weeks of what you're harvesting or planting. I'm sure the audience would love to see what you're doing. Okay, so that's it for the gardening section. We're going to go now to our Spirit Times. So this is a brand new Spirit Times. I did manage to get out to the boutique a couple of weeks ago, and said, got to talk to my friend Buddy Scott out there, who runs the boutique, a fantastic beer bottle shop. If you're in this area, I highly recommend it. He has so many fantastic beers out there. Some that may not be fantastic, but they look cool on the can, so you have to try them, or at least I know I have to. So, in fact, I brought some. Hopefully, they're all winners. We'll see. So let's go straight to our Spirit Times. Dark Frog Social Media presents Spirit Time. This week, Dapper Devil. Hey there, welcome to Spirit Time. So, for those of you who may not know, Spirit Times is a segment that has always been with the show. It wasn't always named Spirit Times, but is what started the show out. It's the second part of the show that I always have. The first part is always try to have something interesting, interviews if I can, co-hosts if I can, and then Trash in the Hood. So if you're looking to be on the show, please let me know. Like I said, we're going to be doing either something for St. Patrick's Day, quote unquote, or something around then. Without further ado, we're going to start off, or we're going to do our today's show from our guys out at Blue Owl Brewing out here in Austin, or in Austin, I should say, since I'm in Cedar Park. And this is one that I have not tried before, which is what I always try to do on here. I like the way the can looked. I like the Blue Owl logo. I have one of their shot glasses, or small aperitif glasses, I should say, and it's really cool. So here is Dapper Devil. So there it is, Dapper Devil. And if you can read it, it's a sour raspberry Belgian-style ale. This is 8.5 ABV. And I really like the way the bottom of the can looks. Just really cool, got the raspberries on there. So it's a sour Belgian-style ale. So this is interesting. I don't think I've ever had this type of beer before. Now, I've been trying to show off different styles of beer glasses. This is, excuse me, gross. This is not a beer glass, but I'm trying to show off all my glassware while I still have it and I don't flub it and start breaking them. So this is Fiesta Winery wine glass. I don't remember ever going to Fiesta Wine, but There you go. No, again, this isn't a placement. I am doing this for free. No one is paying me. I keep getting blocked here and there because they think I get paid for this, which I don't. However, if you'd like to be a sponsor, then I can start getting paid, and maybe I can have a much bigger show with like guests and not always in my dining room. So here we go. So I see the little bit of reddish tinge to this. I don't know if I can get it all in here. And I do. I squeak it in. Squeaker. So there you go. This is... Now, I know I do get a lot of a color wash on this camera. I haven't not been able to calibrate it so that the colors are as vibrant as I'm seeing visually. And you see here, you can see a little bit of a reddish tinge to it, but not as much as if you were here in person drinking this with me. But here we go. Definitely a sourness to the aroma. I'm going to give that a minute. Remember, this is a sour raspberry Belgian-style ale. Definitely a Belgian-style ale. It is quite a bit of sourness to it, not to the point where it's like I'm puckering my mouth or anything like that. But it's definitely a sour. You have the sourness of a sour in there. I'm not tasting a lot of the raspberry, unfortunately. There is a bit of it. There's a bit of it. So, if you think about raspberries, they're naturally sweet to a point. You have to harvest them at a certain time in order to get the full sweetness. But if you harvest them a little bit early, then they're not as sweet as one would think when they think raspberry. Again, a lot of times most people unfortunately have not had fresh raw raspberries, like right off the bush, or from a farmer's market or something like that. So you usually have them in pies or shakes or something like that, where there's a ton of sugar in there masking the true taste of a raspberry. But most raspberries are not super sweet. They can be sweet, but again, depending on when you pick them off the bush. So I do get the raspberry on here now, but it's not very sweet, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes you get it where it's too sweet and kind of ruins the whole point of a beer. There are some fruit beers out there, and don't get me wrong, I like fruit beers up to a point. But they can be overpowering to the palate if you're not used to it. This is a very good. It didn't have a lot of head on there, and I'm not sure why. I just got these beers a couple weeks ago, so it's not that it's stale, and it doesn't taste stale by any way, shape, or form. It tastes exactly like a sour ale would be that I would consider. So it's quite decent. I would probably marry this with something like something that would be the opposite from sour, but you don't want to go too sweet either, because you don't want to kill off this is a nice tasting ale. So maybe with some sort of meat or chicken could possibly go well with some of the lighter, the other white meat. Pork would probably go well with this, but you don't want to have. You want to have something like a grilled pork or a grilled chicken or something like that. You don't want to overpower it by having that chicken or pork or even beef, with like a sweet and sour sauce or a heavy barbecue sauce, something like that. You want it as plain with just a couple of spices anyway, but I think that would go well with this. So there's my recommendations. And no, I'm not being paid by a farmer or butcher or HEB or anything like that. So Dapper Devil by Blue Owl Brewing there in Austin. This is a sour raspberry Belgian-style ale. I actually like this. This is kind of growing on me, and I'm not a huge fan of sours, but this one is actually, I must be in the right frame of mind that it's giving me the nice and fuzzies. So I'm going to go ahead and give this 6.5 thumbs up. And by the way, if you don't know, this is on a scale of 0 to 10 thumbs up. So, and a half thumbs up, and yes, that is my scale. And Blue Owl, if you are watching this, or anybody who knows people at Blue Owl, if they would like to come and contest my scoring, by all means, they are more than happy to come on my show, bring some more Dapper Devil or any other flavors and tastes that they would like to bring, and we can have a full show of us tasting from Blue Owl. Again, they would only pay me in bringing free beer. So I hope you get a chance to try it. If you're not in the Austin Cedar Park area, find your local beer bottle shop and ask for Blue Owl. Make sure, or ask them if they carry Blue Owl Brewing beers. And if they do, then look for Dapper Devil. So there you go. Enjoy your drinking. Drink responsibly. I know, I just want to say that because I know it drives people nuts. And I will drink again next week. Hey-oh, cutting it close this week. But let's go and finish up the show with our Riddle Me This. All right, so here was, this is riddle 3, by the way. So some people did answer. Correct answer is that it's a remote, but I was looking for a specific type of remote. So I had some people answer that it was a remote, but they didn't know. And of course, you can kind of see it has Netflix and Disney Plus on the remote itself. So what is it? Yes, it's a Roku remote. So if you have Roku, it's a streaming device, and you know exactly what it is. And so I thought I would try something different, and I got a lot of responses, and a couple of them were right up to a point. So what's on this week? Well, this week, this is riddle 4. So what is it? What can it be? Is it? It looks like almost like maybe a baking of some sort. Is it an anthill maybe? I don't know. Actually, I do know, but it's for you to find out. So let me know what you think. And there you have it, everybody. Episode 6, Season 5. So I hope you're liking the Riddle Me This. I am getting some good feedback on that. I hope you like the show. If you have any comments or concerns or thoughts, please, by all means, get a hold of me, however you know how to get a hold of me. And I will see what I can do to change or fix the show depending on what the comment is. So like I said, we're going into March. It's already March 3rd. Can you believe it? 3 months into the year of 2024. I hope this is going to be a good year for you. I hope March is going to be a good month. Like I said, we're going to try to do some Irish drinking of some sort. Maybe we'll make it out to a couple of pubs. See if we can maybe get some Irish car bombs, which I know are no longer PC, but that's the name of the drink. So I don't know if they've renamed it, but that's the name of the drink. So and it's pretty good if you know what it is. If not, maybe we'll just hit a couple pubs and see what's going on. We're going to try to do a tasting this month with Brother Rob. And if anybody wants to be on the show as a guest host, by all means, please let me know. So here's your March 3rd wrapped up. Have a good rest of your week, and I will see you again next time. Thanks a lot, everyone.